last thing I want to finish up on is personal interest of mine. I know you're obviously interested in it too. Movies.
Sure, sure.
What's your favorite movie and why? Or you
You're
could do
gonna
a top three if you have to.
you're gonna be shocked. Best directed and shot movie of all time. 12 Monkeys.
Terry Gilliam, great choice.
It's different every time you watch it
It is,
because
isn't it?
the attention to detail by their continuity director, just exquisite. And I've seen that movie 12 times. I still notice little things. It's like, oh my God, that makes so much sense when you're watching this movie. And I want to say that's Die Hard. Yeah,
Oh, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis in the starring role. He's exceptional. The slightly nuts son of the one guy, Brad. It's not Brad Pitt. It's he's incredible in that. The casting was beautiful. Anyways, favorite movie of all time, 12 Monkeys, just because of the way they did it. I read the book. The book wasn't as good by far. The movie was,
Really?
yeah, the movie was much better done than the book was.
So in this interview, you've exposed one of the rare instances where the movie was better than the book.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
the hands of Terry
And
Gilliam, a director like him, it's possible. It is possible.
second favorite movie. I'm a big Kubrick fan. So believe it or not, Clockwork Orange.
Yep.
And the reason I like it isn't so much because it's really sexy, okay, but because you find yourself at the end of this movie rooting for the rapist. Oh my God, what is wrong with me that I'm like, rooting for this horrible person? But Kubrick has that ability to do that.
He crafted a story. He worked the audience's sympathies,
Yes.
and he knew what he was
He
doing.
pushed just the right buttons at just the right times. And that is the sign of someone who I'm very glad became a director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been decades since I've seen Clockwork Orange. I do have a hard copy of it because I do want to watch it again. But just recently, I finally watched for the first time his Eyes Wide Shut. I had no idea what to expect, but boy, howdy, that like
Yeah.
instantly went into one of my top five. I loved what he did there.
It's actually a terrifying movie.
Yes.
You watch the trailers and you think, oh, it's going to be a sexy movie.
No.
Not sexy so much as it is horrifying.
Suspense.
Yeah, yeah.
And his ability to dangle the unknown just around the corner from you,
Yep.
and you're trying to find the answer the whole time, and the uncertainty's killing you, the suspense is killing you. And honestly, I think that was Tom Cruise's best performance I've seen.
That could well be. Third movie, and final, Saving Private Ryan.
Really? Now, why that one? It's a good one. It's a lot of people would agree with you.
I still get choked up thinking about those
Understood.
guys hitting the beach and what they went through and why. And it's right there. These are not fake character hero types that don't have a dark side or don't say bad language once in a while or that always treat women with respect. These are regular, everyday Joes, and they just,
It shows the human side of things
It
and the
is,
real
it is.
cost of things.
It was funny. My wife was a Civil War file and saw Glory and doesn't want to watch Civil War movies anymore. She's like, oh my God, that was brutal. And I said, yes, it was.
I understand.
And yeah, all war is brutal.
And that's a testament to the power of the movies that you just mentioned, is that it took this fantasy somebody had in their head
Yes.
and showed them reality, and it resonated so deeply. They understand it, they appreciated the movie, but they never want to go there again.
If you ever run into somebody who has had the unfortunate consequence of events that they came home a little nuts, don't wonder why. All you have to do is watch one of those. Don't wonder why they're a little bit not normal anymore. They've just seen a little too much, Yeah.
Yeah.
And I grew up a farm boy. I grew up with dead animals and occasionally dead people around. It's never pleasant, but it's weird. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. There's a smell
I
to a
have.
dead body. And all I have to do is catch a whiff of it, and every dead body I've ever seen will flash before my eyes. Honest to goodness. It's that. And to think of those guys basically living in that day to day. Oh my goodness. It's not just rotting flesh, it's spilled entrails and vomit, and it's horrible. But and so props to our veterans, but especially those who had to be under fire in that. And I can't imagine it's better than it was. It's got to be worse, because the weapons of destruction are even more destructive than they were back then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's a very
those are my
emotional.
big three.
You did three. Well, that's an emotional point to wrap it up on.